You know that moment when you finally realize you've been in your head for like 45 minutes? You started thinking about one thing, then that thing reminded you of something embarrassing from like 2011. Then it reminds you that you didn't finish that one incomplete chore. And now you've somehow convinced yourself that everyone in your life is secretly annoyed at you as well, because why not? And we get to call that a spiral. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about how to actually interrupt that spiral before it takes you all the way down to the end of that slide of no return. In the meantime, welcome back. I'm Vicky. I coach late diagnosed ADHD women through the messy middle of transformation. If you are brand new here, I suggest, oh, there's a cat here. I suggest going back somewhere up here to start at the start. Trust me. Also, you can find in the show notes. So, I've personally been in a spiral on like a random Tuesday afternoon about something someone said in 2018. Let's face the facts, right? So we're doing this together, amigos. Today's episode is part of an ongoing series on practical tools for your neurodiverse brain. No toxic positivity, no just think happy thoughts. We're going to really get into it. I'm cat sitting, so I'm just taking a look around. Okay. First, we're going to name that thing. Rumination is not a character flaw. For ADHD brains specifically, we have a harder time redirecting attention once we are locked in. There's a reason for it. It is neurological, not moral. It's not a deficiency. The problem, though, is that mainstream advice treats spirals like a focus problem. Just stop thinking about it, move on. But that's like telling someone with a broken leg to walk it off. LOL. The spiral isn't even a choice, but the way out is and can be. A pattern interrupt is anything that breaks the loop before your brain decides it's permanent. Keyword is before. Once you're deep in it, you need something bigger. But if you catch it early, even a small interruption can work. Here's what I use. Maybe you've heard it before. Name 5 things you can see right now out loud, or name 5 things that are the color green out loud. It sounds stupidly simple. It works because you cannot narrate your spiral and narrate your environment at the same time. Your brain must pick one. The cat is doing the cat thing, so that's what's happening in the background there. Another one, change your literal physical environment. If you're sitting, stand. If you're inside, step outside for 30 seconds or more. You're not fixing anything. You're just disrupting the signal long enough to get a breath in. So here's a little something that changed how I deal with spirals. Cats are hilarious. Okay. Getting the thoughts out of my head and into something outside of me. Your brain will keep recycling the same thoughts on a loop if they have nowhere to go. Writing them down, even ugly, unfinished, fragmented, gives them an exit. This is also known as brain dumping or morning pages or however you do it. You don't have to journal, of course. You don't have to even write full sentences. Voice memos work well for a lot of ADHD brains. Just press record, talk at your phone like it's your best homie, shout out Yemi, uninterrupted. Great. The act of externalizing takes the thought from something that feels like truth and puts it somewhere that you can look at it and be like, oh, what have I been thinking about? So your nervous system is involved in this. Shock and awe, I know. Nervous system back at it, as she always will be. When we're ruminating, the body is often holding tension. Movement shifts, even a short walk, even standing and shaking your hands out like when you're trying to get water off them, right? I'm serious. Like you could sweep too. This is a nice one. And then, of course, your rest menu. If you have not built one of these yet, this is your homework. You can find it in the show notes. A rest menu is a list of things that genuinely restore you, sorted by how much energy they take. Because not all rest is the same. Sometimes you need a walk, which is active rest. Sometimes you need to lie on the floor and do absolutely nothing for 8 minutes. When you are in a spiral, we tend to default to rest that doesn't actually support us. Doom scrolling, lying there with thoughts, watching something numbing without actually being present. Look, we all do it. Having a menu means you don't have to make a decision when your brain is already overwhelmed, though. You just pick something off the list. So, before we wrap, real quick, if you are new here and you're not sure where you land with the whole ADHD thing, whether it feels more like a limitation or something you haven't fully figured out yet, I have a free quiz for you. It's called Adventuring with ADHD. You can find it at victoriascoach.com/AWADHD quiz, or it's linked in the show notes. It takes about 2 minutes. It'll give you a starting place that can be specific to you. Imagine that. So, to recap, spirals are neurological, not personal failures. You are not deficient. There's nothing you need to fix. You can interrupt them with sensory grounding, with movement, with getting the thoughts outside your head. You can give yourself a rest menu, so you're not making decisions about recovery while you're already in crisis mode. You don't have to be perfect at this. You just have to have a few things in your back pocket for when it hits. That's a resilience toolkit, my friends, right there. Because it'll happen. Life's, shit hits the fan. The goal isn't to never spiral. The goal is to get faster at getting out of the spiral. And that's it for today, folks. If this one hit, share it with someone who could use it. As always, I'll see you in a week.